Alright, we're back with Warcraft Rumble. This is like a new obsession of mine. This was still like in the early stages, and so luckily when I do this recording, I think all the ones after this, or maybe we have one more from like my beginner nights, but these were still my beginner nights, so maybe this is a good actually chance for us to sort of examine and see what could I have done differently. There might be a lot of things, and even when I'm sure when you're like a professional, when you're really, really good at this, I bet there's still going to be that case, right? Where you could like always do something maybe just a little bit better, a little bit more efficient. Right there is actually their enemy gargoyle, very close to touching down, but luckily we had that kind of set. Now, I was always bad, even in the days, like I used to play Warcraft 3, I didn't do too much WoW, maybe just a little bit, but you think about like Garrosh, or is it Garish? But that's Grommash, I guess, Grommash. Anyway, it shouldn't be that hard, right? I'm probably just overcomplicating things, maybe? But hey, we're just sort of attacking all the lanes right now. I think that my opponent, Eladamdri, like they're gonna be doing okay throughout this. Probably better than the last episode that I did, which I will link to if you're into Warcraft Rumble like me, especially if you're like a beginner. This will probably be a little bit better for you too, because I'm sure anybody that's looking at this that's like way good at this game, been doing it for a long time at least, you're probably just like, whatever, dude, this guy sucks. So we're sending the kobold right there. That's both of our miners. I was hoping to actually touch down on the enemy one that they are mining as well. They're gonna get, I think, 2 from that. So yeah, they actually go ahead and deplete that now. So that's unfortunate. Safe pilot gonna go ahead and we'll try to hit up this goblin right now. That is gonna be a little bit tough, so that's why I need to send a few things here on into the middle. And going with air, our Griffin Rider is gonna give us a little bit of an advantage right there, but you can see that Eladamdri, my opponent, is actually gonna push the middle, sort of in a pre-response to that, you know, so that was like a preemptive, just send a bunch of things up the middle. Good news about that is if you can stop it with minimal effort, then you can actually send things up the side, you know, where your enemy will then have to sort of, I guess they'll be on the defense, whereas you'll be making an offensive on either side, hopefully both sides if you can. But hey, look at this. We're actually getting pushed around by that gargoyle. It is going to actually touch our dragon towers right there. I was overcomplicating that last episode as well. I was like, wait, dragons, towers, it's just dragon towers, okay? So the stone hoof Tauren, I'm still using that. I will say nowadays, like if I'm going with, which I love the Horde, by the way, I love the orcs in general and stuff, like especially Warcraft 3 days, but even when I was playing WoW and whatnot, I was all about the Horde, and I can't help but take a liking to them, even if they're not, you know, everybody's cup of tea or whatever. This is just what I'm into. I really love the trolls, and so actually speaking of, we do have the Dark Spear troll right there. It was able to actually secure that treasure chest, but so did my opponent, you know, so they sent one up the middle as well, and Eladamdri got the first chest, I got the next one, so at least I sort of denied them, I guess, stealing my side's treasure chest, which is good. But hey, they've got a actually Warsong Raider coming up this side. We do not want that to touch down, so the Stonehoof Tauren, good idea over there on the left pathway. I'm just sending whatever I can though, like while trying to mainly just answer to them, because we're seeing that sudden death is about to come up here, and when that timer in the top middle does reach down to 0, then that's going to actually double our gold output for both sides. So yeah, here it is, gold income times 2. And so with this, we can go a little bit more hardcore. I still like to somewhat answer just in case they are sending up one of the lanes in particular, so we can see the left path right now. That is being taken over a little bit more than the others. So again, I'm going to use that same principle from before, right? We're just going to go ahead and address that, hopefully as minimally as we can. And if we can get past it, then that's great. But what I'm saying, I guess, is just that I would like to tackle it from all the lanes. And so if I can send something up the right side while they're coming the left, well, that's awesome. If I can send it up the middle or whatever, just avoid them, while also, of course, diminishing whatever threat is coming up to us as best as we can. So you can see, actually, we send a Warsong Raider over here, hopefully to deal with the Dragon Tower. Unfortunately, it does not actually go down until I do that. So that was actually a well-timed Chain Lightning. But you notice right here in these last 10 seconds, it actually drains the health of both players. So right there, you want to be like me in the position where you have at least a little bit more HP, because they are going to time out before I do. Victory over Eladamdri on this one.